if everyone else is botting, why shouldn't you?
That's so bad. Hey guys. You ever wonder why you're a failure? Well, let me tell you, it's because you're not Viewbot. Hi, I'm Mari. Hope you're having a good day, and I hope this video makes today just a little bit better. Also, I have an important announcement to make. Don't worry about my background, but I'm gonna be doing all of my live streams on either twitch.tv/MariYume or on the MariYume Live YouTube channel. That's right, I have a new special home for my live streams for YouTube. I'll still occasionally stream on this channel, but these videos will get unlisted. So if you want to be able to have an actual VOD that lasts and doesn't get unlisted after the live's over, in case if you missed it, check out the MariYume Live channel. That's where all of my stream highlights will be going as well. Seriously, stop looking at my bald head. Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Viewbot situation because I found out that I have been doing Twitch wrong this entire time. That's right, everybody. For something as little as 36 cents, you could have over 1,000 viewers on your stream and become a big popular streamer. I've been doing streaming for so long. I'll have you know, I've been streaming for 10 years. I never realized Viewbot is like a meta. So let's hear our favorite white male talk about it.
The vast majority of numbers.
Oh God, what happened to his room? It's gotten so cool. Wait, what? Whoa! When did he get all this? I haven't watched a Moist Critic video in a while. Oh my God! Look at his room! Look at that statue! Oh my... Whoa! Dude, that looks awesome!
You see on the internet aren't real. The accounts that you interact with, the posts that you see, oftentimes aren't even made by a human being on the other side of the keyboard. The cyberspace is dominated by bots. And unless you've just woken up from a coma, this isn't news to you. Everybody knows that now. It's an accepted part of cruising the World Wide Web, that the shit you see is artificially inflated.
Whoa. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, some CC manager the other week was trending for recommending everyone to Viewbot to go, yeah, that's what this video's about. It's literally like, you know those like sexy females that's like, hey, let me lower my voice changer real quick. Hold on. Let me turn off my voice changer.
Sexy, hey, are you alone, single? I'm so hungry, chat. Hungry.
Yeah, they're like bots. You think it's like some kind of like 18-year-old sexy baddie, but it's like a 42-year-old man from Pakistan or something. Yeah, that's what this is about. That's usually what those are about. Yeah.
And it's become a huge yapping point, a massive topic, specifically dead internet theory, and diving even deeper into the minutia of bots. Cannonballing into the deep end of the pool, you will find Viewbots, a topic that often gets very aggressive and accusatory because it is so prevalent across streams in particular, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Kick. Streamers of all shapes and sizes are often using Viewbots to boost their numbers.
Do you use Viewbots, Mr. Moist? Nah, you wouldn't.
It's not some big conspiracy. It's not deep state propaganda or anything like that. It is a provable, real thing that platforms just don't seem to be taking any real action on.
I mean, why would they though? They make money from the numbers, you know?
At all. I could right now go live on Twitch openly stating I'm Viewbotting it out the wazoo to fucking 20k viewers, and maybe the worst that would happen is I get like a 24-hour suspension from Twitch. They don't care. You
know what's crazy about the Viewbotting situation? You get like a 24-hour suspension on that, but if you show even the slightest bit of inner thighs, that's like a 3-week ban.
Made that push like a year ago about getting bots off the platform, but that lasted for what, 2 fucking days? And then they took like a catastrophic hit to their overall viewer metrics, and I guess they pumped the brakes because at the end of the day, and this is something people say a lot, and it is true, those huge numbers are good for Twitch as well to advertisers, even if the numbers are fake, even if they know
sense.
It's botted, phony baloney, fraudulent viewer metrics. It doesn't matter. It makes them more appealing to brands. So
doesn't TikTok also do this too? When you like live stream, I heard that if you live stream on TikTok for like the first hour, they inflate your views. And then after that, it completely dips. Like you get like the real viewership or something like that. Like they purposely inflate their numbers. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. People do this on Twitch too.
So it seems like they are very hands-off when it comes to doling out big punishment for Viewbots. It's not exactly a well-kept secret. It's pretty out there in the open that tons of streamers Viewbot. Now,
okay, but like, where do they get the Viewbots though? That's the thing, right? It's always like everybody Viewbots now, but then no one actually talks about where they get the Viewbots from.
The reason why I'm yapping about it again is because just yesterday, or maybe it was even earlier today, I don't know, time moves in a weird fucking fashion once you hit your 30s. Everything
YouTube is one of the few platforms that mostly has the bots under control, which makes sense because, I mean, Google wants their money.
Daddy Google knows what you're doing.
Yeah, no, like straight up, like Google just knows. You know, do you know how difficult it is to make a Viewbot? Because you gotta think of it like this. You need to basically fake a human engagement, which is so funny because I don't, you know, like how they judge what considers human engagement. It's based off of what your cursor's doing. Like, for example, when you're going, like right now on YouTube, right? I'm paused. YouTube's algorithm is taking note that I paused at 2:23 on this, and it's taking note on where my cursor is on this, okay? So like if I'm moving around on the page right here, if I'm clicking right here, if I hit this little subscribe button, it knows. So when you're trying to Viewbot, and this is why it's really hard to do it for YouTube specifically, is because how do you fake what a real person's doing? Is it really weird that I'm just doing this right now? Could an actual human be doing this? Yeah, I'm literally doing it right now. But what if a bot was doing this? How does it know if this is a real human? It bases it off a latency of the human mind. They have enough statistical data to figure out, oh, how long does it take for someone to typically click around of a video? And if they're pausing, what's making them pause and stuff? Like what's making them like being a real viewer? Because what's the difference between a Viewbot, right? A Viewbot for YouTube specifically versus just leaving my computer on and letting videos autoplay. How is that any different than a Viewbot for YouTube? That's the kind of stuff that I think of. Whatever, this isn't about YouTube. This is about Twitch, right? Well, as you all know, Twitch likes to do this really fun thing now where it's not counting lurkers anymore. So again, I have my video up on here. I do autoplay and stuff, yada, yada, yada. It still counts as my view, right? But on Twitch, if you do not type in chat, you do not get counted as a viewer. Kind of odd. So how does the Viewbot situation work? How are they counting the Viewbots? It's probably, if I had to guess, the chat. They make the bots chat. And that's enough to count as human.
Your bones fucking creak anytime you walk up or down stairs. Anyway, I'll stop bitching and whining about that. I know you're not here to listen to me play a sad song on the world's smallest violin about my deteriorating cartilage. The CEO of Night Media, Reed, came forward with a post out of nowhere saying that it's time to start viewbotting. That's the title of the post, which is a eye-catching title, no doubt. Very seldom will you hear someone in that kind of position just say the quiet part out loud here about success in the streaming space. And make no mistake, Night Media is fucking huge. They are one of the top dogs in the YouTuber streamer agency space.
Is it bad that I've never heard of them before?
They are
with me
huge in the industry. They represented Mr. Beast for a while.
Wait,
I don't know
really?
if they still do, but they have represented.
Wait, could you imagine if Mr. Beast, the beastly man himself, was Viewbot? Could you?
Still actively represent massive creators. So it was certainly interesting to see him with a post like this that makes it seem like he's out there saying, everyone's got a Viewbot, we gotta open Pandora's box.
Mari, do you know where the Viewbots are? I mean, I could type it into Google and see what pops up. I don't really think it's that hard to look it up if you really think about it. Like, if you just Google it, that's what I would assume, right? How else would people find it? Would they go on Bing?
You're not pooping, you're farting. If you're not using Viewbots, you're at a disadvantage. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Time to get Viewbots on the horn. But reading the post, it's a little bit different, though ultimately his tone around Viewbots does seem to be somewhat positive. What does it take to cut through all the noise on the internet? If everyone else is botting, why shouldn't you?
That's so bad! Hey guys! You ever wonder why you're a failure? Well, let me tell you, it's because you're not Viewbotting. Everybody else is doing it. Yeah, you see like the top VTuber, they Viewbotted. You see the top male streamer, they're Viewbotting. You see Everybody's doing it. Why don't you? Oh my god.
We used to live in a world where if you made great content, algorithms would find an audience for your videos. Now,
That's
creators
still
have
true.
to clip farm, pay clippers, and sometimes even Viewbot to have a better chance of capturing more attention and breaking through the noise.
Okay.
This is especially true on platforms like Twitch, where viewbotting can surface you on the front page of popular streaming
Hey, I'm just gonna say it out here, not to toot my own horn, but I've been streaming for 10 years on Twitch to about, I want to say 30 to 40 CCV for a long time. You can check that on my Twitch analytics. And then out of nowhere, I now have between 1 to 200 viewers. You want to know what started that? I started making slop content, reaction content. I started making entertainment videos. I used to do educational stuff for a long time. And then I realized that didn't translate over into live streams because why would people who are here to watch my educational stuff watch me play video games? That makes no sense. So I started making entertainment content. And now suddenly I got a higher CCV. It's almost like I did a ton of reactions. Yeah, no, I've uploaded like over 1,000 videos now. It's been like a year, right? And so now I have more viewership and it's pretty awesome. Like it's almost like when you make content that people care about, they want to come check out your streams. You know, like the amount of people who come in here saying, oh, I found you through your reaction content and stuff. And then we hang out and have a good time afterwards. Like, yeah, you got to make good content that people care about, bro. Like, that's just how it is. You got to put in the effort. You can't just press go live and be like, where are my viewers? Where is everybody? That's the same mentality of like, I don't want to work now. Give me money. Like, that's so stupid. But I will say, no one's talking about the fact that he said pay clippers. You know, that was like a really big meta for VTubers back in the day. I know several big VTubers, like a lot of VTubers that you watch, they paid clippers. They actually paid them. I know this because I talked to clippers. I asked them how much their rates were. And then I said, that is too much money. No, thank you. They paid a lot of money to be on some of the biggest clipping channels. And that's why their stuff got pushed out even more. Like they would pay clippers to sit in their streams, clip their stuff, and then push it out on the algorithm. The more people, more clips you have out, the more eyes and attention. It's basically paying for like mini editors. It's a real thing, which is why when you combine that and then whatever a clip farm is, it makes sense that people will come find you because you're pushing out more content into the algorithm for people to find you. It's basically like if you sit there and stream for 8 hours and you have people clipping you, then yeah, you're pushing your content out. It makes sense.
Off rip, this is some turbo doomer shit because it kind of positions it as like your only option if you're just getting started. Oh, there used to be a time where if you made great content, you could get found, but those times are way behind us in the shitter now. It's gone. That's a era long forgotten.
I was actually part of Fillian's program for a while, but I rarely got enough views to qualify for any compensation. Yeah! Didn't she have some kind of program where if you clipped her, she would pay you based off of the views? Oh, yeah. So, I think that's like a newer thing, no? I'm talking about like 5 years ago when people were paying clippers and like a bunch of VTubers blew up all around the same time. It was because they paid clippers because they didn't want to edit the videos themselves. So, I mean, it's a lot of work to edit videos. No one has time to do that if you're streaming for 10 hours. So if you pay a clipper to clip for you, you don't have to worry about it. You can just focus on being you and stream and then your content gets pushed out. It's really smart. It's a hella smart strategy. I'm just too broke to afford that. It's way too much money to do it. I clip myself and I'm not very good at it, which is why when you guys clip me, I'm very happy about it. You guys make my lives easier. Although it's mostly on hiatus while she is... Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Clipping's really smart. I'm not dissing on people who clip. It's a smart strategy, okay? Like, I get it. I get why.
Like the saber-toothed tiger. Now, if you want to cut through the noise, you gotta clip farm, pay clippers, or Lord help us, even Viewbot. You gotta get down and dirty in the pig pen. It's the only way. When that's not true. You can still make great content and get found. It does happen.
It's true. It does happen. Look at Queso.
Example of that is Queso.
Yeah, see?
I would be shocked to learn Queso Viewbotted at any point in his life. I don't
you
even
imagine?
think the guy could find a Viewbot website or provider. I genuinely don't think he would even know where to begin with something like that. And he has blown up solely because he makes good content. He cut through the noise. And this is something I've always said.
I've had 3 VTubers ask me if I wanted to get paid for me to clip with them. I told them the clipping is just something I do for fun. No, that's great. I'm also not dissing on like the clippers who took money for it either. It's like a legitimate job, right? Because like they're an editor. They're getting paid for edits. It's like a legit strategy. It's just interesting that no one's talking about it. Like the guy in the article kind of glosses over it, of course, but like no one's really talking about how you can pay clippers to help push your content out. It makes sense. The Viewbot and stuff, I get why. I mean, when you got like no viewers and stuff and you're like, dang, dude, I want to get people in here. It's it sounds very tempting, but man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Viewbotting when you make subpar content is not going to get people into your streams. You have to make good content. Because like at that point, what's the point? What's the point of being a content creator?
Luck is a huge part of it. It is. It just is. But what he is right about is that in the current day and age, there is an alternative that doesn't rely as much on RNG, and that is pay to win. You can stand a better chance of standing out in the oversaturation of content creation by paying for Viewbots to float your stream to the top of categories, or pay for Viewbots on other socials where you're spamming clips from your streams so you could boost up numbers on, you know, a wacky moment or something and have it like explode elsewhere because you inflated the numbers through Viewbots, so then people could find your stream and maybe organically grow it that way, but you still Viewbotted in order to boost a clip that led people to the stream. Like there are paths that don't rely as much on luck, because if you just have money to start and just start buying views, it does help put you in front of more eyes. It's something that's very...
Yeah, no, I get that. It's like, ooh, monkey, see big number, monkey go and stream. Wah! No, I get that. Like, I definitely do. I understand the temptation of it, because it's like, dude, there's so many one viewers, like one view streams, right? There used to be a streamer that would do this one viewer roulette where they would just randomly go in the just chatting category and just find people who had one viewer and like troll them and stuff. I can't remember what content creator did that, but like there's so many one view streamers. I totally get why someone would want to do it, right? Because if you have like a couple people that are in the 100 range, you could get a little bit of Viewbot and you could boost your metrics up a little bit and get seen potentially. And who knows, maybe you're a really funny person, but you just need people to come give you a chance. It's really hard for people to come give you a chance when you're in the bottom of the barrel and like no one wants to scroll that far. Dude, people don't even want to scroll more than like 2 or 3 rows on a category. Our attention span has gotten so bad now that if you're at even the bottom of the first page, it's kind of risky. People like to click on between the first 2 rows. Like if you can get into the first 2 rows of like certain categories, people will definitely click on your stream because they don't want to scroll. They don't want to have to think. The less you make someone think, the better chances you're going to get someone into your stream. I feel this pain all the time. No, it's actually discouraging. It's really discouraging. It's discouraging to stream and you see the number be 0 or 1 and no one talks and like you're like, oh, well, what do I do? Like this sucks. Like I totally get it. I get it. I used to be there. I used to do that and it'd be sad. I was very sad. And then I remember when I first got affiliate and I had like 3 people watching me. And those 3 people were like my IRL friends. And I definitely did not threaten them to watch my streams. I definitely didn't. Yeah, no, I get it. It's really stressful. It sucks. It sucks when no one's talking. It's really discouraging. I think the reason bots evolve is because streamers post the link change up so it bypasses the no link blocking is visible enough on stream so you can read it for 10 months. Wait, what? You know what's really crazy? Okay, I'll tell you a story. I used to know this guy that was developing some kind of like bot thing. And what he was trying to do was he was trying to figure out how do you mimic human behavior on a Twitch stream. And he was explaining to me like the concept that I mentioned earlier in the video about what my cursor's doing. I only know this because this guy was developing the bot. And he was trying to actually figure out how can you move the cursor in a way that's not robotic, that will be registered on a platform like Twitch, right? Yes, he would yell slurs all the time. No. So like this person was actually trying to figure that out because they were just curious. What defines like human activity? I don't know if that person still is working on that program. This was like 7 years ago. I remember when we were talking about it. No idea if he's part of any of these companies that's getting mentioned. I have literally no clue, but I do remember him explaining to me about the cursor And even like 7 years ago, how you track human behavior, like what is considered like a real viewership versus like a bot, because sometimes it's hard to tell if someone just leaves their computer on versus just having like a server where it just kind of loads the stream on like some kind of special IP and it cycles through the different streams. It was really interesting. I don't know. My brain was too smooth brain for it, but I know like there are people who are legitimately trying to figure out what defines human behavior and how can they bypass the system. It's so fascinating.
Very common, especially on Twitter. But at the end of the day, I just don't like this mentality that Reed kind of encapsulates here of, well, everyone else is cheating, so I should too.
Yeah,
and
I
he's trying
should
to make, like,
too.
a strong argument that everyone else is doing it. Content alone, it could be the most slapping, banging content ever. It's not good enough. It's all about the distribution method now, which is dominated through bots and shit like that. So really, you gotta think about this strategy of using bots.
Why do I get the feeling that your old friend developed some of the bots I saw? I have no idea. I don't talk to that person anymore. He might have. I really wouldn't be surprised if he did. He's probably making a lot of money.
I just don't like how he's positioning bots as a strategy instead of calling it what it really is, which is cheating. Like, yes, you can gamify the distribution and shit through bots. Everyone fucking knows that. But I just don't think it's something that should be outwardly encouraged. And it's really weird that the CEO of Night Media, one of the biggest agencies in the space, especially for streamers, is having this kind of viewpoint.
Yeah.
Like, his title isn't exactly indicative of his thoughts, because he does say, like, this is a problem, this is an exploit, but he speaks about it like, this exploit exists, so you have to use this now. It's like, you really should, like, almost that it's a necessity. And I just don't like that perspective, nor that mentality. I just think there's a reason why this topic on Viewbots is always so passionate from so many people.
Well, because it is like, it's basically cheating. It's basically like it gives this impression of, if you don't know how to make good content, and if you don't understand marketing, and if you don't understand algorithms or human behavior, then you shouldn't be a content creator. Like, that's what it comes off across as. It's like, oh, you have to like cheat in order to get people to look at you, and what you might be making may or may not be good. If you really were good at making content, you would be doing a lot better. You would understand that you shouldn't be just streaming on Twitch. You should only be using Twitch as a way to record your videos and then go push it out on other platforms. And that way people can discover you, like post them on platforms where it is more discoverable, because the algorithms are really good at understanding human behavior and what people want to watch. If your content's good enough and it has the certain types of triggers that understand, like, oh, okay, for example, oh, yours is like a cooking video. You're making cooking content. This is a cooking short. I know several different people who like to enjoy stuff about making scrambled eggs. I'm going to push out this short to people who like watching videos about scrambled eggs. If you're spending all time on stream making scrambled eggs, no one's going to know about it, because Twitch is not it doesn't have an algorithm that pushes it out to people. It's not tracking any of that stuff. Like, it makes sense. So clip it and post it on your YouTube. Now, how you monetize it, I don't know. That all comes with a lot of trial and error of, okay, I made a video about scrambled eggs. I got a lot of views, but not a lot of comments. Okay, so what can I do to make people want to like comment? Maybe I like talk in the video and like I do something kind of unhinged. I don't know. I put mayo on my eggs or something to see what someone says, you know, like, I don't know. Why don't you put like Dr. Pepper in your eggs and eat it? That will make someone comment. That's very weird and like, I don't understand why it's hard for people to come up with interesting ideas. I literally come up with this stuff out of the top of my head. Just do stuff that's like, that makes people think, what the hell? It's that purple cow it's that purple cow analogy that Mr. Beast talked about, how when people drive by, they see a normal cow, no one blinks an eye because it's a normal cow, but you see a purple cow, you're gonna stop there and look at it because it's odd. Just be odd, be funny, be yourself, and stop cheating. That's why people rage. That's why people rage bait on Twitter. None of it's real.
Nobody likes that. It is just a completely dog shit norm right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think it needs to be even more normalized. But it's not some requirement or anything like that. Reed then goes on to make a mention of advertisers and viewbots. Do advertisers have any way of tracking botted engagement?
It's really hard.
Twitch cracking down on this at all?
They did for like a month, and then I don't know what happened. They kind of stopped. Maybe it's because their viewership went down for advertisers, and they're like, oh no, oh no.
Those are two really good questions. The answer to do advertisers have a way of tracking botted engagement is a big Nobody
How do you
fucking
prove
knows.
it?
My gut tells me there's no way advertisers would have any clue, because how would they? How would they distinguish between authentic and real viewers through just a...
So I found out recently that apparently like advertisers can blacklist you if they think you're view botting based off of your engagement. Because, okay, let's say you have 500 viewers. I mean, I have never even gotten that myself, right? But let's say you have 500 viewers and they're expecting like a certain amount of percentage of a conversion, right? For, I don't know, let's say it's like a gaming company, right? And typically when they see 500 viewership, they're expecting some kind of X amount of engagement, right? And you get like one sign up. Either two things are happening. A, your audience does not like whatever that like sponsorship is, or two, these could be inflated numbers. Either way, you may get blacklisted for that. Even if like your viewership was real, you may still get blacklisted anyways as like a, okay, well, this person's community is not even interested. We're not gonna even bother working with them. It's really interesting, but it depends on like the sponsorship, right? Every sponsorship's different. I think the ones that focus more on engagement are the harder ones, because it's like you gotta have really good conversions. Really good conversions, and those ones are stressful. So I think it's more about the sponsorships that only care about CCV, which apparently a lot of companies really care about CCV, regardless if it's inflated or not. It's really interesting. The ADHD makes us creatives, but not all the normies are able to pull the creative thoughts out of their butt. That's because throughout their entire life, they've been told by authorities that they shouldn't be creative and think for themselves.
number plastered on a stream. It'd be entirely on Twitch to take care of the bots and get that number to be where it's like the authentic viewers and not just like, you know, fraudulent ones. I don't see how they could ever possibly know what's real and what's fake based on just the publicly available information. And I doubt Twitch is behind the scenes saying, okay, so your advertisement was played in front of 1 million concurrent viewers over the course of this campaign. Of that, about 15K were real human beings. We really appreciate your business. Like, I highly doubt that fucking happens, right? Like, it doesn't happen on a streamer basis with sponsors either. So, like, if a streamer is botting his stream up to, like, 5K, but really he only has, like, 1,000 real viewers there, and he works with a brand, and he sells to this brand at the 5K concurrent viewers, he's making a lot of extra money versus if he sold at his real 1K, and now the brand gets put in front of what they believe is 5,000 people, but is actually 4,000 bots.
And this is why a lot of sponsorship companies are moving more towards engagement and conversions because of this.
With only 1,000 real people there. So maybe the campaign only sees them make like 3 fucking sales. Like, man, Perry Poutine Gotcha Game only got 3 clicks through this guy's stream, even though he has 5K concurrent viewers. What's going on here? And then you can maybe speculate and surmise that, okay, he's botting. But then you'd also never really know for sure, because you can also say, like, okay, maybe his community's just not interested in this gotcha game. These brands, I don't think have any idea, is the point I'm making. I don't see how they would. It's entirely on Twitch to combat the bots, and I don't think there's a way or a tool that these brands have access to that normal people don't, that lets them see real versus fake viewers. And then to Reed's second question about why does Twitch not crack down on it, I think everyone knows, because Twitch also benefits from these hugely inflated numbers.
Yeah, makes sense.
They see a lot of upside to these massive numbers being housed on Twitch. I think that's pretty clear. Probably don't need to dive any deeper on that.
Yeah.
And it is something that he starts to tackle in his next section here about platforms needing to take action. He goes on to talk about, you know...
Wait, Nicki Minaj had a Viewbot? No way!
How prevalent the botting problem is, as well as the reluctance from platforms to act on it, believing that the more views there are, the better things look for advertisers, which many people agree with. And again, that probably is the simple truth of it. If these numbers are huge, the platforms are probably very happy, because then it's more appealing to advertisers. It could end up with more money to the platform itself. I think it really is that simple. Now, it's this section that ties directly into the...
Wait, he just name dropped an actual... Oh my god. Okay, after this article came out, how many people do you think went on Viewbot? How many people... How much traffic engagement this website get? Oh no, he actually... Because see, everyone's always rumored about Viewbots, right? But no one's actually name dropped a website. This guy... Do you think he has a stake in this company? Oh my god.
Eye-catching title that he used here for this piece. If everyone else is doing it, should you? I would never explicitly say you should bot your views on Twitch. other than in the title of this article. But the reality is, if you're not viewbotting and everyone else is, you're at a disadvantage. When you're competing in a category where you're buried if you don't have 500 plus viewers, maybe shifting your strategy to paying clippers and buying bots helps a streamer break through.
Okay,
I wanted
yeah.
to see what it would cost to bot a stream, and for $180 a week on Viewbotter, I can get 1,500 followers, 225 chatters, and 750 concurrent viewers.
But again, I do wonder what counts as a viewer now, because Twitch is doing this whole thing where like lurkers don't count unless if they chat or do something to interact with the stream. So I am wondering if you're spending all this money, right? Which first of all, $800 is like more than my rent, right? So if you're thinking about it, how do you even know if you spend all this money, if they even work? I don't even know. Because it doesn't make it, I just don't understand. You have 225 chatters, but 750 concurrent viewers, but how do they count as the view now if lurkers aren't even counting no more? I don't even understand.
Not bad for less than $800 a month, and these companies accept crypto payments. So he's saying that he's not actively...
I thought that whole lurker house interacting was fake. Let's check something real quick here. Let's see here. I got a special little extension here. Let's see. All right, let's enable my enhancer extension here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have 177 concurrent viewers, right? But apparently 10 of those are not being counted by Twitch for some reason. Maybe they don't have an actual Twitch account. I'm not trying to call out you lurkers, by the way. I'm just trying to make a point. So Twitch is not counting. Yeah, I have 161 viewers, and it's not counting about almost 20 viewers. It's not counting 20 viewers for some reason. There's been times where I saw my concurrent viewership where it wasn't counting like 50 or 60 viewers for whatever reason on this. Now, I don't pay attention to my viewership numbers because I act the same no matter what my viewership is. But it makes me wonder, why aren't those people being counted? Is it just because they don't have a Twitch account right now? Or is it because they're not chatting? Or what is that? Like, why is that? Why are they not being counted? It's very weird. Doesn't that also happen if you have a bunch of tabs open? Not that you're also... Yeah, sometimes you can see the view count jump the moment someone chats. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't understand. Drink your water. Dehydration sucks. You're so right. So, like, I don't know if it's baloney or not.
Advocating for viewbotting your channel, but if you're not, well, you got your own dick in your butt. Like, everyone around you is doing it. Maybe you should shift your strategy.
I don't want my dick in my butt.
I don't know. To me, that feels like he is advocating for it. Maybe I'm on the crack pipe. He's pointing out a real problem, that these platforms don't enforce it, so the precedent has been set that there's no actual consequences. But it does seem like he's saying, you really should viewbot your streams if you want to succeed. And he does prop it up as a legitimate strategy, and even insinuates that it's not like super expensive, saying,
Not super expensive, but $800 is more than my rent. I don't got money for that. I'm a loser. I'm a failure. Everyone else is viewbotting but me. I don't know, man. Like, I just make content. Make good content. Content that people care about.
Not bad for less than $800 a month.
Don't talk about my butt problem.
Start you can get really should be something to
my
consider.
poor toilet.
And like, I get it. It is something that people obviously consider and pull the trigger on, no doubt. But it's not exactly something that I think should be encouraged either. It sucks. Like that. It is a bad practice. And there's a reason why this is such a big topic, because people don't like viewbotters. It's not something that I think should be talked about in a manner that feels like it's positive and encouraging, and even setting it up as like maybe even your only option if you want to stand out, because as Reed said multiple times, good content isn't good enough. You got to really consider distribution, and distribution, viewbots can really do wonders for. I don't know. To me, it just rubs me the wrong way.
No, I get it. Like, it makes sense, right? Again, I understand the temptation. I've been doing this for like a decade now. I understand the temptation of just only having so many viewers for like so long, only streaming to 10 viewers for like 3 years. I've heard people who want to give streaming a try and they're ready to give up after like 3 months. I spent 3 years with like 10 people, and those are 10 real people, which I'm very grateful about. But it is like a dang, I can't break through. It's so hard. Like, I don't make any money from streaming. I didn't until last year. I didn't until last year. So I've gone a whole decade without being able... Let's put it this way. I worked 3 jobs. I streamed and I made YouTube videos. and I still wasn't making money being a content creator where I could leave my 3 jobs until last year. Okay? And I still don't have thousands of people watching me on Twitch. And I don't need it either. I'm very content with what I have. That's great. If more people come in to watch, that's great. But I understand what that feels like when you have just like 2 or 3 people watching. I do understand what that feels like. Even though those are 2 or 3 real people talking to you, it still feels discouraging, right? I know what that feels like. I know what that felt like. I know how tempting this is, because if you can get yourself up there and get like 100 people up there to watch and push your number up, and people might want to see you and think, oh my God, I like this person. I understand the temptation, but I will say $800 is a lot of money, bro. Especially when you're not making a lot of money off of streaming.
Everything closes by talking.
That's like not even minimum wage. Oh my God, if you have like a job that's like minimum wage, how can you even afford that?
About Viewbot detection and how Twitch CEO mentioned it's a game of cat and mouse, and that really there's not a whole lot of like great information that he could find on.
Dude, $800 is like a new stick of RAM nowadays.
How brands can detect Viewbots or anything like that. And then he finishes the big takeaway. We've entered an era where good content alone isn't enough, distribution tactics are. When clipping, paid amplification, and even bots can artificially push you up the rankings, the playing field starts to tilt toward whoever is willing to game it. Twitch's detection tools feel reactive at best, and advertisers don't seem to have a reliable way to verify what's real. If botting becomes normalized, creators face a brutal question. Compete clean and risk invisibility, or bend the rules to survive. Long term, though, this erodes trust in the entire ecosystem. Again, he drives that point home about good content alone isn't enough. It's all about distribution tactics, and I just firmly disagree. Good content alone is sometimes enough.
Yeah, it is.
But again, it does take luck. It does. It always has, and it always will. Distribution tactics, though, he's right, can be gamified and boost your shit and immediately give you a better chance. It's
tempting.
So you're not overly reliant.
It's very tempting.
If you'd rather focus instead on pay-to-win mechanics through like clippers and viewbots and stuff like that, then you would be entering the Thunderdome competing head-to-head, toe-to-toe with countless others who are doing that daily. That is very, very common. And in many, many cases, it's hard to tell if it's real or fake. Yeah. So it is a legitimate problem.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, them ASMR streamers, they got hundreds and hundreds of viewers and no one's talking because they're too busy. You know, like, those are real people there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. They're real people, all right. So, it's really hard to tell, like, are these real chatters or, like, because I hate when people come in, they're like, why is nobody talking? It's like, why are you saying the things you're saying? What's coming out of that little fingers of yours? So, I mean, hey, it's hard to tell if they're viewbotting or not, because they're very well could just be real people. I don't even talk in, like, streams. Very rarely will I talk in someone else's stream. I lurk. I'm a huge lurker. So, it's like, you just can't tell.
And it sucks that platforms don't do anything about it. He's not wrong about the core, that there is a huge problem because these platforms don't crack down on viewbots. Now everyone fucking does it, it seems. And it fucking
They've been doing it for years, though.
And I imagine he's right that it is a very real consideration for tons of streamers. Like, well, why would I even bother trying to do this legitimately when everyone else is fucking cheating? Everyone else is viewbotting. So
well, they've been viewbotting for a long time.
And it's hard to argue, like, because it's morally correct to, you know, play fair. It would be hard to make someone be like, okay, then I'll do that and go nowhere unless I get fucking crazy lucky. When the alternative is apparently like cheap viewbots that give them a better chance. It's something that he's not wrong about in his assessment here. Again, I just find it weird that it feels like he's speaking on it like almost positively, like you're at a huge disadvantage, you really need to think about this strategy that...
I just can't believe he name dropped the website. That's like actually crazy.
Actually isn't all that expensive if you want to compete on an even playing field. Because at the end of the day, I don't think viewbots are something that should be encouraged. I don't think it should be twisted to the point where people consider viewbots like a strategy as opposed to just cheating. Because viewbots are bad for everyone. There's a reason why it's such a passionate topic for so many people. Because it sucks. It sucks for the people that aren't doing it, and it sucks for viewers too. Like, viewbots are just shitty overall, like, genuinely. So like it's not something that I'd like to see more people start being like, yeah, let's start really thinking about doing more viewbotting, as if there's not already enough. So anyway, this was a very interesting post, to say the least, and I just wanted to yap about it. That's really about it. See ya.
See ya, Charlie. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's really crazy. It's tempting. It's very tempting, but I don't know, man. $800 is still a lot of money. I think you're better off spending that $800 and hiring some like clippers and some editors. Your money's better invested on that. Like, find a clipping channel that has like over 1 million subscribers and just pay them money to help advertise you. I think that's more worth your money. And at least that way you don't get called a cheater. So, yeah. If you want to see the uncensored versions of these videos, then check out my Patreon where I upload all uncensored content as well as some other videos on there. And let me know what your thoughts were down in the comments below. And there's anything else you'd like to see on this channel because I upload every single day. And with that, thank you so much for watching. And remember, everything reminds you of something. Bye!